Hey everyone, back for another video. It's been a couple weeks since the last one, sorry about that. I got distracted by driving across the southeast of the US and seeing friends, and there were some catastrophes on the way and some really nice things on the way, and I can talk about that later. But as promised, I did have some news. So I wanted to share with you via slideshow. An update on mysterious news. I'm going back to school! Hooray! And I don't mean teaching this time, while I do that as well. I'm going to be going back to school for clowning, because that's a real thing. People always ask, did you go to clown college? Well, also, kind of, yes. But now I'm going to clown master's program, so there you go. And I'm going here, which, here's a hint, not in the US. Any guesses where it is? You can pause and type it in the chat or the comments, and then you'll find out in a second if you were right or wrong. Then you can delete it, and you can go back and you can write the right thing and then say, oh yeah, I totally knew. Okay, here's some more hints. This is a land of beautiful timepieces, delicious chocolate, and, you know, questionable wealth issues and stuff, but very pretty. Any guesses? Okay, 3, 2, 1, it's Switzerland! That's right, I'm going to the land of dairy cows in the Alps, and I'm gonna be learning about clown. Why Switzerland? I don't know. It's a fair question. I've actually never even been to Switzerland. I've had Swiss chocolate, you know, imported, and Swiss cheese and all that. I guess there's pros and cons to anywhere, but I do know this, that at least in Switzerland, the flag is a big plus. Okay, so really I'm going because of this guy. This is Dimitri. He was a Swiss clown. He is no longer with us, but I did actually get to see him perform a few years ago in Berlin, which was amazing. The sort of culmination of his act was where he would play 4 saxophones at the same time at the end of each show. It was amazing. He was a multi-instrumentalist, an incredible mime, a beautiful clown, very connected with his audience, and just embodied a spirit of play you know, throughout all of his performances that was really just transportive and wonderful, and reminded me of a lot of the reasons I turned to clown in the first place, about getting back in touch with what it is to play, what it is to connect with people, and to see the world in a naive way. Not to say an ignorant way, but in a way that appreciates the wonder of all things. So he is very widely respected in the world of clown, and actually went back to Switzerland after he sort of got his international renown in France, studying with some luminaries here who were actually mentors of some of my mentors, so cool lineage there. But he went back to his small town in Switzerland and started a theater troupe and a theater school. And that is where I'm heading, to Accademia Teatro Dimitri, which is a very small school focused specifically on the types of theater and circus and clown and performance that I love. And in this town, because it is a small place, his sort of heritage there, or his legacy, holds a very big place in their hearts. They have the Piazza Clown Dimitri, Piazza, sorry, still working on my Italian. They have, you know, pictures, paintings of him around town, and of course the theater space itself. That's one of the stages, which is in this cool, like, grotto shape. I'm really looking forward to trying out the different stages. But the program itself will be a 2-year program. This is a slightly old image of it, but as you can see, very serious, very, you know, avant-garde. Ooh, yes, they'll get all the grants for the festivals. But it incorporates masks, puppetry, mime, clown, and some circus arts. There'll be an acrobatics component, which I hope I'm not too old for, but, you know, we'll adapt. And it's Teatro di Figura, which is a really cool way of saying, like, object theater. So incorporating performative objects into the work, which is perfect because the play that I want to put together next is a clown show, but uses a lot of masks, puppetry, interesting set pieces. So I think this will be a great place to develop that. And yeah, it's basically going to be 2 years of being surrounded by artists from around the world who I'd love to work with. And I will be taking in the Swiss countryside and learning the Italian language here in Verchaux. So this picture is, I don't know, probably just about most of the town, because it's a town of 1,091 people. As of the year 2000, that was the breakdown of the languages there, and I thought it was really interesting that they could count person by person who spoke what languages, and it actually felt relevant. Like 6 people speak Romansh as their primary language. 28 people speak French as their primary language. Other, down at the bottom, 27 people, I'm going to be in that category. I don't speak Italian, German, French, or Romansh at this point, but it is the Italian region of Switzerland, right in the Italian Alps. It's even a few minutes train ride from Italy. So I'm going to be learning Italian. The courses will be in English, but I'll have time to practice as I'm out and about, you know, grocery shopping, meeting friends, getting coffee, and just living my life in Italian region of Switzerland. Sounds pretty great to me. But what does this all mean? Well, basically, it means that for 2 years, I'm going to be mostly out of the US. I'll come back on breaks, or I might go visit my community in Indonesia or other places around the world. I will be hopping around Europe, getting to see other shows, getting to see friends in Germany and France and the UK, you know, as time allows. But for the most part, I'll be in Verchaux. And it's a big question mark what it's going to be like. Things I'm most looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the content of the program. I love the pedagogy. I like the professors who I've had a chance to talk with and interview with through the process. But I'm really looking forward to getting to know those people who were in the other category before about languages, because they have students from all around the world. And I'm really looking forward to connecting about what type of theater, you know, they're wanting to make, or circus or clown or, you know, puppetry or dance or whatever their specialty is, and collaborating on that, because I know my growth as an artist will be catalyzed by the people I meet. It means I'll come back with a master's, so yes, Master of Clown, technically of physical theater. If all goes right, I'll have that, you know, those little extra letters on my resume. It'll open up more teaching opportunities, but more than anything, it's going to open up more depth of understanding of the academic side of what I do and why I do it, and how I can better connect with audiences, with students, with other creators, and I'll get to develop a show for the entire second year of the program, and I'll be making a new show that I'm sure you'll hear lots more about as we go. Next steps, well, gotta get a student visa. While I can just go to Switzerland and visit as a tourist, being a student is a different process, so I submitted that. The packet was about this thick that I mailed off to the embassy. It ended up being 32 pages of documents and, you know, resumes and cover letters and financial records and all these things that they want to have to know that I'm a good fit for Switzerland. Things are squared with the school. Things are squared with me. I'm ready to go. But we just have to make sure that the bureaucratic side of things, you know, gets covered. But that's all sent in, so now I'm at this stage, wait 8 to 10 weeks, which I'll do in real time on the video. Hope you're comfy. Okay, no, I'm gonna do other things in the meantime. I'm gonna pack for 2 years abroad. I'm gonna teach summer camp online, actually starting in a couple days here. Super cool school that I've worked with for many, many years. I could teach movement and theater. It's gonna be a blast. Then I get to drive back to California, and then I get to fly back to North Carolina, where I am right now. Then I get to fly to Switzerland, and then the most important part, adventure. Yeah, otherwise, I'm just sort of piecing it together, you know, weighing the pros and cons of bringing any particular like book on theory, or should I bring this costume just in case? I don't know. I'm struggling with the details of it, and mostly just struggling with patience, because now that I know that's where I'm going, that's where I want to be. I want to be in Europe and, you know, drinking espresso and learning the language and and just studying. So patience, get through it. Yeah. But this is where we're at. Figuring out the next couple of years, and thanks for hearing my news. And if you have been to Switzerland and you have ideas, type them to me. If you've been to Italy, it's right there. Type that to me. I've been to Italy as well, but I'm really looking forward to spending more time there. So any tips or travel spots for Greece, Italy, Switzerland, anyway, share away. And yeah, that's about it for now. Thanks for being here, and 8 to 10 weeks, go. Okay, I won't make you sit through it. See you soon.